Africa, the biggest continent in the world, is an embodiment of preserved natural beauty. The Green Mountains, wildlife, culture, and wonderful people are some of the reasons why traveling to Africa is a surreal experience. Are you planning a trip to any of the African countries soon? Or perhaps you've bought your ticket, reserved a place to stay, and worked it all out. That's great, but beyond all that, it is possible to overlook some seemingly insignificant details. Remember, this is different from your home country, so while the excitement of traveling to a new world fills your heart, you need to be aware and cautious of the potential dangers that might lie ahead and avoid mistakes that might wreck your tour. Whether you're heading up to Nairobi, Accra, Maputo, or South Africa, here are tips you should consider to help keep your trip fun-filled and stress-free. Wait a minute, do you know you can travel more and explore the world without worrying about money? Of course, you can spend less with our vacation club offers. Book your hotel, car rental, restaurant, or any of your dream destinations as a member and get up to a 75% discount. To join our travel club and get access to those exclusive deals, click on the first link in the description box. Before I dive further, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the spicy destinations that we are about to cover. Number 10, get all the paper requirements. Africans can be dramatic. This isn't in a bad sense, but sometimes they can make a huge mountain out of nothing. The endless long boring queues at the airport, the exaggeration of the importance of something trivial, plus the poor technological advancement in some countries. You've got no choice but to go above and beyond to get all your documents right before leaving. Important and seemingly unimportant documents are all needed, preferably in hard copies. This is the very first thing that must be intact before you step out of your home country. The last thing you would want is to cancel your trip because you don't have all the right visas. You should note that there is nothing like an African visa that grants you free access to all African countries. Each country has its entry requirements, therefore visit the nearest embassies of the countries you plan to visit and note all their formalities. Some may be visa-free, others might need you to apply in advance, depending on your passport, while others may be visa on entry. If your flight involves a layover, confirm if you will need a transit visa. Do not let the enthusiasm and excitement to see the African lions and elephants lead to forgetfulness. Double and even triple check your documents before your departure date to ensure all your vitals are intact. Number 9, get the right vaccines. You wouldn't want to get sick while traveling. That is why you must get the right vaccines before your trip to Africa. Diseases that are uncommon in most advanced countries, such as yellow fever, malaria, and rabies, are prevalent in Africa. If you're traveling to a malaria-prone city, it is important to take some medication ahead to lower your chances of getting sick. The World Health Organization also advises travelers visiting the North and West Africa to get the following vaccines: hepatitis A and B, yellow fever, and anthrax. Others that you may add to your list include polio, measles, whooping cough, and tetanus. Rabies vaccinations are also recommended if you're going to be visiting any remote areas or likely to come in contact with wildlife. Therefore, speak to your doctor about your travel plans. Taking the necessary vaccines is important because some countries require vaccination cards for specific diseases. Like yellow fever, once you step into their territory, it may not be required at the point of getting a visa, but might you take the next flight back home if you do not have it. The vaccines are important, so take them a little while ahead of your trip to know if there will be any side effects. Your safety is important. Likewise, your health. Number 8, research extensively on the specific countries you're planning to visit. Before you embark on any journey, it is expedient you make your thorough research. It is not enough to read about Africa as a whole, you need specific details about each country. Study the cultural heritage of the people, know some of their local delicacies, politics, security, do's and don'ts, and most importantly, their language. Doing this will keep you abreast of what to expect. For instance, you won't run when you see a young lady in long robes with her face covered. She's not a monster, but affiliated to some religions that dress as such. Many people also think every day in Africa is a summer day. Yeah, some African countries like Ethiopia, Botswana, and others are usually hot throughout the year, but that is not always the case. Some places can be cold, depending on the time you visit, so check the weather forecast for each country and pack the appropriate clothes for that time of the year. Number 7, learn the basic vocabulary of the people. You're not required to flawlessly speak the language of the countries you intend to visit, but you must learn the basic phrases of the people. Nothing is more frustrating than not being able to communicate with others when you need to. Learning the basic phrases of the people will save you a lot of stress and the need to get a translator. As earlier stated, you don't need to be an expert in the language, you need just enough to make your trip wholesome. Speaking a bit of your desired country's language will help you to see the citizens as friends and not enemies. Naturally, as strangers, we are always wary of unfamiliar people around us, but when you speak their language, a great barrier is pulled down already. To enjoy your stay, you cannot do without mixing with the locals who have lived all their lives in the place. Notwithstanding, you do not have to let your guard down as there may be some misfits around. Number 6, too much luggage can cripple your fun. Heading to Africa, you've got to be smart and be on the move. Feel the hustling and bustling vibe of the country. Come on, you gotta be like the Romans when in Rome, and not like a tourist. That's just a light joke. However, in as much as you need to have all your necessities fixed in your bags, too much luggage can reduce your ability to enjoy your trip. Yes, the fear of not having all you may need can be worrying, however, do not let it push you into suffering your bags with more than necessary. Too much luggage gives you pain from carrying it, especially if you're yet to get a hotel. Get a list of necessities and pack them in moderation. Number 5, avoid buying too much in Africa. The beauty of Africa is irresistible, especially when you visit places like Ghana. The beautiful artifacts are scattered all over the place, and you want to stuff the whole of Ghana in the plane. As a tourist, don't allow the beauty of a country to captivate you to the extent of hoarding and spending outside your budget. Create a budget if you do not have one, and stubbornly stick to it to avoid any financial hiccup far from home that may make you regret embarking on the trip. Besides, most tourist stores in Africa do not always indicate a fixed price on their items, so when they see you buying almost everything you see, they tend to inflate the price and take advantage of your admiration. Number 4, expect things to go wrong. This might sound hilarious, but you need to prepare your mind for some things that would happen over there. These things will immediately bring you back to the reality of being in Africa and not in your home country. Don't be surprised if the water stops running in your hotel or the light suddenly goes off. Occurrences like this may frustrate you or make you laugh. That's part of the joy of visiting Africa, so to speak. You need a lot of patience to survive in Africa. Number 3, think beyond the safari. Most of the tourists visiting Africa visit for the sole purpose of seeing the wildlife on the continent, but that's not all. All life in Africa is not enclosed in safari. There are festivals such as Malawi's Lake of Stars, Accra's Chale Wote, and Bushfire in Swaziland. The nightlife in any of the major cities on the continent will also intrigue you. What's more, learn more about the history and culture of any tribe in your desired destination. Number 2, do not travel without some hard currencies. After getting your visa, you still need to take some money with you. Have some dollars, euros, or pounds to change to your destination. If the country operates in a closed currency, you cannot get their currency outside the country. That means you will need to either exchange the currency or use the automated teller machines in the country. According to travelers, Visa is more widely acceptable than MasterCard or any other card, so always take a Visa card with you. You should have at least 2 cards in case the automated teller machines swallows one. It is also advisable that you have some emergency cash to change in case the automated teller machines are not working, and if you fail to inform your bank of your destination, they may block your card, so ensure you do that. Get a full travel insurance. Travel insurance gives you financial protection when traveling. It is a backup in case something unexpected happens, like becoming ill while traveling. Travel insurance is important when traveling to Africa. This is because medical care is not free and the cost of getting it from a hospital is awfully expensive. So you need solid protection if you have a medical emergency. The insurance should be able to pay for your flight out of the country in the event of an accident or chronic illness. This insurance shouldn't cover illness or accident only. It should cover things such as cancellation charges, lost luggage, theft and damages. Likewise, ensure that your insurance covers your electrical equipment such as cameras and laptops. You can get travel insurance from Insurance Go, First Allied, Battleface, or Higher Risk Voyager. Traveling to Africa is a great adventure, however, do not ignore any minute details. Make sure you conduct thorough research before embarking on the journey. When you get there, do not be surprised if the locals stop to gaze at you. All you must do is share a smile and drive on. Make good use of these tips, and your stay in Africa will be memorable. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And if you have not joined the Vacation Club, remember to click on the link in the description section below. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.